Today, I'm honored to welcome a special guest, the brand manager of the luxury collection, representing iconic names like Aston Martin, Lamborghini, Bugatti, Maserati, McLaren, Rolls-Royce, Bentley, Volvo, and Alfa Romeo. Together, we'll explore the essence of the supercar and hypercar buying experience, uncover what makes these brands truly legendary, and share some fascinating insider stories.
So certain models, are we speaking of like when you buy a Lamborghini Urus, for example, is that how many customizations happen in that versus like a higher up Lamborghini like a Hurricane or an Aventador?
Well, it's funny you mention that. So right now with Lamborghini, pretty much about 98% of all Lamborghinis are sold have to be customized first.
Really?
All by order upon request.
Wow.
I would say 5 years ago, I would have 4 or 5 of them on the lot where you could choose.
Yeah.
Hey, there's a red one, there's a green one, there's a blue one.
Right.
You take your pick. That's
So
no
companies also want customers to customize their cars more?
Well, it's not that they want it. At this point, it's the only choice the customers have.
Oh, really?
So you have to order upon request. We, as a dealer, we don't really have new Lamborghinis sitting on the lots available for sale.
And how long is the waiting time usually? When
Depends on the model, but
Right.
on average about a year. I mean, we have the Revelto right now, which is 2 years.
So how does the process work? So people usually come in with their car already customized, or you have a process in here where they can sit down and customize their cars?
Well, yeah, either they've already have a customization code, or if not, we build it here.
And like how much percentage of people do you see like coming in with the customized car, like customized version already from the website?
I mean, I would say it's probably 50%.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay,
A lot of
people do
times
their
they'll,
research.
they'll do a lot of builds online, and I send them the pricing with their codes, and then from there, they'll like what they see, and they give me a deposit, move forward, or they don't.
Once you have the customization code, do you like write it down and send it to the company, or do you just send the
Yeah,
code?
I copy and paste the code into the Lamborghini portal, and it provides me their build with general pricing.
Got you. So everything is like
They say,
integrated.
hey, your car's going to be $350,000. Requires this much deposit. You got to sign these forms.
Got you.
As long as they provide all that to me, then I send all of that to Lamborghini, because Lamborghini's the one that wants to see that they give me a deposit. They sign all the forms and provide them with the code, and then right at that point they allocate us a slot and authorize the build.
Right. So how closely do you work with Lamborghini itself? Like pretty closely, or?
Semi. I mean, I'm an authorized dealer, so
Right.
I'm not Lamborghini,
Right.
but I'm representing Lamborghini as a dealer.
Right.
So when I have a build, I send it to them, and then they process it, right? I mean, it's...
Got you. So it's not like the representatives that come in here all the time and just...
No, not really. The reps come in, 3 or 4 times a year at best.
Oh, wow, that's pretty low.
Yeah,
Okay.
they don't come in that often, unless there's something specific that you come in for, or there's an event or something.
Right.
But for the most part, they don't come in. I mean, they visit us a few times per year, every quarter, typically.
Got you. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's pretty different from what I've heard from other companies, in the sense that, for example, I was at Jeep, and they mentioned usually they have to write all the details of the specifications and send it to the company.
Yeah.
Versus like everything is integrated for Lamborghinis.
Yeah, Lamborghini, Bentley, they're all integrated. Some manufacturers, we have to manually input each, so it takes a lot longer. For example, Rolls-Royce, they don't have build codes.
Oh, wow.
So when I build a Rolls-Royce, you have to send me your PDF, and I gotta look at the PDF, answer it, look at that, and I gotta put it all in, so it's a time-taking process with certain brands.
Wow. Is the process different for, like, I've seen the online version. I did my research a little bit, and versus when people come in here, and I saw a room over there, so they sit down, is the software different or is the same?
No, they're different between the brands. Each brand has their own configurator, their own...
Right. I mean, for Lamborghini itself, so like someone customizing it on the website versus someone coming in here,
it's the same. The difference is I produce the pricing.
Got you.
So if you build a car on the Lamborghini website, it'll produce your car,
right,
but it won't provide you the pricing. You send me the code, and then because I'm a dealer, I send it into Lamborghini, and they provide, okay, that car will cost $350,000, whatever it is, right?
Right.
And then I send that back to you. Okay, here's how much your build costs.
So you have cars in the parking lot sitting, and do people like usually come in and say, hey, I like that car, so I'm gonna buy it today? versus how many people want to like come in. Like, do you see the value of like having cars in the parking lot? That's my question basically.
It's both. I mean, there's value in both avenues. I mean, it just depends. Sometimes somebody walks in and goes, "I'll take it,"
Oh wow.
and sometimes it's sometimes 6 months to a year long process.
So the customization part itself, when you sit down with people and coming to the conclusion that this is how your car is gonna look like, how long does that process take for you?
It depends on the client, really. I mean, we can knock a build out, especially with Lamborghinis, it's very easy. Rolls Royces takes longer, right? Or Bentley's pretty easy.
Right.
Aston Martin, actually, they started doing a build system. I mean, a code system as well. So certain brands are a little quicker. I mean, if you kind of already have an idea,
right,
and or you don't want anything special, you're like, you're just going to choose off the palette, you're going to choose off the build, then it's quick. But if you're like, oh, they don't offer this, but I want this.
So like more of a bespoke version of the car.
Right. Then it adds time and costs.
Got you. Okay. And how much time, like lower limit to the upper limit of like, let's say 30 minutes to like some weeks?
Yeah, sometimes it can take months. I mean, people are so undecisive. Oh, I know. I'm looking at the blue one, I'm looking at the red one. I can't decide which one I want. I mean, it happens all.
But is it more like psychological that people cannot decide? Or is it more like a missing part in the tool itself that you cannot really understand the colors like on the screen and then...
It could be a little both. I mean, it is a computer generated image, right? And the computer colors are only so accurate. I have samples, each brand, we have samples.
Got you.
We bring them out in the sun.
Yeah.
It's still not the same as seeing it on the car.
100%.
So you'll have to use your own judgment. Sometimes, some of the clients already have the car, or they attend some of the events and they see a lot of, oh, I saw that car in this color, I saw this color on that car, or whatever. So that's where that helps. Some of the clients are already Lamborghini, they're familiar with the brand Lamborghini, Rolls Royce, Bentley, whatever it is. They've seen certain cars in that color, or they've dreamt, I've seen that color on a Chevrolet, but I want to build my Bentley in that color, right? So, I mean, it just depends. I mean, some people are really, undecisive and picky, and some people are very easy. Just as long as it's yellow, it's fine.
So do you work with all the brands here? So Lamborghini, Bentley, Rolls Royce?
Yeah.
If you can quickly show me where the customization room is and how does it work for you guys?
Sure. I mean, actually, I'm confused, but actually, this is better. I had it open here.
Oh, really?
So I'll go in there and I'll show you the colors.
Right.
But
just want to see the tiles and everything there.
I mean, basically, it's the same one that you're going to see on the Lamborghini website.
Got you.
So it's just the difference. Like I said, the difference is mine produces pricing.
Oh, okay.
Because you're a consumer, right? I'm a dealer. So I'm just put my 892.
How long have you been working here?
About 6 years.
Oh, wow. That's a long time.
It's not that. So, for example, here's a Temerario.
Yeah.
So if I want to build this car, I explore. Right, and then this is the base one here. So start configuration. And basically you just go down the line, right? So you right now we're on exterior, and then you've got all of these categories in exterior. Yep. First one is paint, right? And you can select all the different paints in here, right? I like blue. And it does a change in color.
And then if you want
a bunch of different blues, right? You got Verde Scandal is one of the greens.
If you want something that's not in here, you produce it yourself.
So they have an extra palette called Ad Personam where they do some other colors, but those are going to be extra charge. Lamborghini, if you want to do something that's not in their palette, it's not impossible, but it would add a lot of cost and a lot of time.
Got you.
It would take a year and a half or more.
Wow.
For you to build a car. So that's where, if you just pick from the regular palette, you'll have, you've got all these matte colors. So here's all their matte colors. I think all these matte colors. And once I finish with colors, I go back and now I go to wheels. Right. Now I select which wheels I want. And basically you just go down the line, right? Until you find,
then you come to a conclusion.
Yeah. And until you get your car.
Yeah. So you sit down with the clients, you all look at the screen, and like the client basically tells you how it's going to work?
Yeah. Fortunately, a lot of my clients are pretty savvy, so they already know. They've been playing with the configurator for months already.
Yeah.
Looking at all their colors, and they finally come in and go, you know what? I think I know what I want. I'm going to come in, and a lot of times they reference, they want me to give them advice. They say, what do you think? And I say, okay, if I say, hey, you know what? that's not a good color combo for resale.
Right.
Or you know what, that I'm tend to have issues when I see this color combo or
Right.
whatever, right? So
do you think people are generally satisfied with the experience that they build something but they cannot actually see it?
Well, the thing is they don't have a choice.
Right.
So it's either they do that if they want one.
They can come in here, they can see the tiles and then take it to the sun.
So yeah, that's pretty much the gist of how I mean, they have no other choice.
Right.
These aren't brands that there's 100,000 sitting. I don't have every single color out there.
Yeah.
These are they're not this isn't a mass produced brand. It's not a Jeep or a Toyota. It's
not Toyota.
Right.
That's why I'm only focusing on these.
I mean, they're going to build less than probably 5,000 of these cars.
Yeah.
For the country.
Yep.
Right. Maybe even worldwide. I don't know the exact number, but it's very, very limited. Right. So that's where when you come.
So it's like supply demand. They produce based on the demand, basically.
Right. Mm-hmm. And you got to admit, so all these small brands, Lamborghini, Ferrari, they always build less than what the demand is. So if 10 people want this car, they'll build 5.
Right. So just to keep that.
Right. So there's always a demand for it, and it makes the resale of the car high. As you can see, some of these cars sell more as a used car than they do when they were new.
Yeah.
Right. Ferrari's a perfect example.
It's so funny when you go to Facebook Marketplace and you see a Lamborghini there.
Right. So used car, and it's more. It was new. It was 250. Now it's sitting out there at 300,000.
Yeah.
Used. Right, with 5,000 miles or whatever it is. So
crazy.
It's just one of those things when you keep the supply and demand high.
So do you find this particular process a little bit frustrating, or do you think it's fine?
When the system works, it's fine. Okay. I mean, there's always room for improvement. Don't get me wrong.
I've played around with the tool, to be honest.
After you get on here, you go to equipment, you put all your stuff, and then at the end, you go with your car.
Yep.
And then it produces your car, and basically.
Oh, wow. Is there a 3D render of this car?
Yeah, it's in there. I mean, I've got to go. Yeah, you can find 3D.
Oh, the pictures?
Yeah. There's.
Oh,
they give you all this stuff, and then at the end of the day, so if I say send price summary, this goes to my email.
Right.
And it's going to send me the pricing for that car.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's a brochure as well, which I end up emailing the clients both of these.
Right.
And then say, hey, here's the brochure. Here's the pricing. Would you like to move forward on your deposit?
Got you.
Right, so here, okay, so there's my email that came in. Okay. There it is, price summary. So here's that build. Obviously, I didn't finish it, but now it's giving me the pricing.
Oh, got you.
Yep. So that guy's car, this is without destination, no tax, but it's about $486. After you have tax, destination, you're probably going to be about $490 something.
Yeah.
Right? Low 90s, $490. And then
how do you think people react, not for the price itself, but when they go through this process, they customize the car? Do you think they get excited more, or they feel a little bit disappointed?
No, they like it. Most people like it because they're going to buy the car of their dreams, right? They're buying a Lamborghini. It's not like I said. It's not a
Toyota.
Right. It's not a commodities car, right? I need a truck because I haul things from my house to my other house. Right, it's an emotional buy.
Do you know the YouTuber Maddie by any chance?
Who owns it? Matt?
I've been just doing research on his channel as well. Let me find his exact name. I think his name is Manny or Maddie. Manny. Oh, Manny Khoshbin. Yeah, that guy.
This guy. I don't know him. I don't know where he buys out of. I haven't followed him. Where is he at, Texas or something?
I think he's in LA.
Oh, he's in LA. Yeah,
there is another guy who's in Texas.
Yeah, I haven't worked with this guy at all, so I don't know who he is, unfortunately.
Yeah, no, it's okay. It's just something really interesting about his channel.
Yeah, no, I mean, there's tons of guys out here that do this, that have channels.
So the same clients usually come in again and again. Do you see that?
Yeah, a lot of repeat clients.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, gotcha. Yeah. I mean, this is really helpful. Thank you so much for doing this.